Hello and welcome back to another tutorial slash showcase. I'll show you how to set up triggers to set up a conversation, but first I'll just show it works. So if I walk over here, I should be forced into a dialogue. And there we go, we have the DSL recruitment. Not super important, but it just shows it works. And for context, going through it and not accepting the recruitment, it defaults back to the next thing in, what is it called? DB origin recruitment dialog. And which will continue that, so there's no point talking about it, but I just want to show you how I set it up. So first of all, you will need, in this case, a box trigger. I'll make him visible by clicking here. I have made it so I can only see box triggers, I believe. There we go. You can see this is the one I named SRAC recruitment. You can spawn them by pulling out box triggers. Keep in mind that you should not be changing the actual template, but the actual thing you put into the game. They might be a little bit hard to select though, so that can be done by marking an area then, like that. I mean, it might be harder when they're actually smaller when you initially spawn it. I should just spawn one for showing off. So you click it and pull it out and select the spot. Then you need to select them and you can start, actually that's not it. Is that the thing? No. It is actually, yep, I selected, then you can change the size, for example, here, to cover the space you want the trigger to happen in, which is important. Anyway, we'll go back to the story editor. Let's say that is not super important, is it? It is actually. So, we have a proc here, which sets up all the origin when the level starts, which I use to trigger another thing. It then sets global origin recruitment dialog, which is the thing it will trigger when what's it called? The trigger is happening. That's this dialog specifically. Actually, that's wrong. I guess it adds it into a queue actually. Maybe I shouldn't actually have this. I'll figure that out later because it triggers the other one first, which I think will probably happen first. Then when it gets initiated, what are we actually asking? We're basically asking if the dialogue has not happened yet. If that's the case, I've assumed this line makes basically them look for trouble. I'm not entirely sure. And then it looks for some sort of flag and sets them to null. I'm not entirely sure. And then it sets up a trigger, so with a character and this location this trigger happens, it will queue the rock recruitment. So if it spawns players and something to do with rock recruitment, it's meant to only happen once, I think the purpose of it is. And it's a player, and it has not happened before, then it's a flag for dialogue, which is not relevant here, which basically says that, asks, I think it sets the flag to 0. Not entirely sure. Then it starts a dialogue here, which is forcefully, in this case, LSL recruitment, which we saw. The player is the speaker and the players are the target. Then I guess it flags this to be true, so it cannot happen again. Or if the dialogue has already happened, it cannot happen again. That's how it pretty much works. There might be more to it than I actually know, but